Welcome back to Ray's CRE Broker. I'm Ray Kang, taking you on this journey to protecting and growing your retail property investment with strategies and confidence. In today's episode, we're digging into a mindset shift that separates stable, growing investors from owners who unknowingly let their properties and their wealth drift. We are going to be talking about treating your retail property like a business, not just mailbox money. Now, I get it. When you're 100% occupied and the rent checks are coming in, it's easy to fall into a comfort zone trap. You check your account, deposits are hitting, and you figure, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But here's the thing I've learned from working with owners over the years. Trouble doesn't show up overnight. It builds quietly, slowly, and underneath the surface. Trouble in retail real estate doesn't announce itself. It compounds in silence. When I say treat your property like a business, I don't mean you need to quit your day job and micromanage every tenant. What I mean is that just like any smart business owner, you need systems, review cycles, and strategic awareness. So let's break it down. Number one, track and audit expenses regularly. Businesses audit expenses every quarter or year. The reason why is because things change. Vendors creep prices. Inefficiencies slip in. As an owner, you should review CAM recoveries yearly, compare property management fees to local averages, and evaluate insurance and tax assessments annually, among other things. I've seen properties where simple inattention to insurance costs or utilities drained $15,000 to $20,000 a year silently just because nobody asked the question. When you think about it, you don't lose $50,000 all at once. You lose $500 at a time, quietly, when you don't audit your property's expenses. Number two, budget for capital reserves. One of the most overlooked pieces in small-scale retail ownership, planning for the big stuff before it becomes an emergency. Think roofs, parking lots, HVAC units. These aren't if expenses, they're when expenses. Strong businesses don't act surprised by major capital needs. They budget for them years ahead. If you're not setting aside even a simple 25 to 50 cents per square foot annually, you're leaving your future self exposed. Number three, review and renegotiate vendor contracts. When's the last time you rebid landscaping, or reviewed security monitoring fees, or compared maintenance rates? Vendors raise prices subtly over time, and unless you check in every 2 to 3 years, you're probably overpaying. I've worked with owners who saved a few thousand to $20,000 a year with zero change in service simply by shopping contracts. Loyalty to a vendor is great until it costs you 5 figures. Review, renegotiate, and protect your cash flow. Number four, stay connected to your tenants. A business owner knows their customers. You should know your tenants, not just when they miss a rent check, but regularly. How's their business doing? Are they happy in their space? Are there any new needs you could help with? Retail is relational. Good tenants stay longer, renew willingly, and take better care of your property. Great tenants are not found, they're built. Relationships drive renewals. Let me give you a real-world contrast. I worked with 2 owners a few years ago, very similar centers, same market, similar tenant mixes. Owner A, cash checks for 7 years, never audited CAM, never pushed rents, didn't know lease expirations without pulling out his old folders. Owner B had a 30-minute property review every January. They caught minor issues early, grew rents 2 to 3% annually, and renegotiated vendor contracts every few years. And the result? Owner A's property value was basically flat with a diminishing return on equity. Owner B's NOI grew by 30%, and when it came time to sell, they commanded a price 20% higher in the same market. Mailbox ownership leads to mailbox results. Business ownership builds real wealth. Now, you don't have to become a property manager. You don't have to check in every day. But you do have to show up intentionally a few times a year to protect what you've built. Ask yourself, have I reviewed my expenses this year? Are my vendors still competitive? Am I budgeting for the next major repair? When's the last time I checked in with my tenants? Small moves made consistently change the trajectory of your property. If this conversation sparked ideas or concerns about your own center, that's a good thing. Staying connected to your investment is staying connected to your future options. Thanks for joining me today. In our next episode, we're going to dig into an uncomfortable but critical topic: when equity becomes lazy and how to make it work harder for you. Until next time, stay sharp and make more money on your deals.